So I was about to start compiling the weekly flags recap, and I felt a little rambly. So you're gonna get two videos today. Lucky you guys, huh? Um, Today I want to talk about what happens when the ists arrive. And if you read the title of this video as "When Theists Arrive," that is a good example of what I'm trying to say, but it isn't as encompassing as what I meant. I actually meant when the ists arrive. And think about all of the different variety of channels on YouTube. You know, anything that you could do that you wanted to show off and maybe become semi famous for, you could do, right? And people start their channels with all sorts of intents. They, you know, some of them just want to ramble like I'm doing now. Some of them want to show off their musical talent. Some of them, they want to get YouTube famous, so they start talking about whatever is trending. Some of them want to engage in discussions with other channels, but some want to keep their channels to themselves. Some want to make cartoons, you know. There's all sorts of different things in the YouTuberverse that you could be doing. But there are things that gobble up smaller channels. The stereotypical things that you shouldn't bring up in a polite conversation with people that you barely know, like politics and religion. You know, it's pretty it's pretty obvious that those are things that you don't bring up to the dinner table when you're hosting guests for the first time. You know, unless you want some very heated discussion. And I had this feeling that came over me because I saw in short order a couple of videos from a few of my favorite YouTubers where they said that a certain group of people had made their experience on YouTube not fun anymore. And I started thinking about how it was actually foreshadowed by what happened to other people's channels when these channels started to be not so fun for the creators anymore. And I thought about the history of my channel and how I started this talking about a very religious and political subject. It was my life as an atheist, and then I moved on a bit to broader topics of free speech and activism of all sorts. And my channel has, for the most part, remained fun to me. It's fun for me to upload videos. It's exciting, you know, and I never run out of things that I could make a video about. I just run out of time in my day because real life will intrude upon my hobbies. But I can see how certain subjects have steamrolled over a bunch of channels that didn't want to be talking about those subjects. And after they're done, it leaves those content creators bereft of anything to say and dead to fun. I'll start with one example. A friend of mine, you all know him as Inventor Gorilla or Disposable Gorilla. When he originally started his YouTube channel, it was before I knew him. he wanted to showcase his guitar playing ability, and he has played with some musicians that are far more famous than he is now. But after an encounter with Aldous Valor, when the ist came to town for him, it was an atheist, and he he basically left the music behind for a while, and when he tried to get it back, there was a phase of his channel where he tried to just play music. Um, it wasn't sustained. You know, the ist came and it changed him. And for me, it was a little bit different because I already had an ist when I started my channel, and it, although my channel became a little bit more than just that ist that I started talking about, a different ist came along, and um, for me, that was the subject of feminism versus the men's rights movement. And I felt like I was never solidly on either side of that topic, but when the ists come to town, they want to know, are you friend or foe? Are you one of us or one of them? It's an us and them thing, and that dichotomy that they create can sometimes leave people on a side that they're not exactly comfortable being with. Um, because sometimes they're not, the ists aren't the best heralds for the ism that they're trying to bring forth. The ists are sometimes horrible people, horrible examples of how that ism could actually benefit the world, and they end up pushing people away from their ism more than they attract people. And this is, any ist and ism. Just put anything in there. It doesn't have to be one of the two that I've already brought up, but the ist came to town. The ist arrived on my channel, and for a minute I had to talk about it, and then I actually feel like I got to that place where other people get, where, hey, I had this passion that I used to talk about, and after that ist has come and gone, where is the fun in my channel? So I had to reorganize and decide where I was going to go from here, and although I feel like I can talk about the ists that came to town on me, I feel like I'll be better focused and on a direction more towards having fun on my channel rather than letting it change me as much as I've seen it happen to other people, where once that ist comes to town, that's all they're about. And people have to keep their cell phone at their side because, you never know that somebody's sister's friends, dogs, former roommates, cousins, ex-boyfriend just said something mean about you on the internet. What are you going to do about it? And people are in back and forths that are so heated that they have to forego having fun on YouTube or sometimes even in their own life because they obviously are stressed out thinking about it. I think that's where a lot of the fun has gone for a lot of people, and so if this is you, just take a look at it and maybe try to, refocus, redirect, reframe what your channel is about, and don't let other people define you. That's all I got for this ramble. Back to working on the recap.